Alright, let's get into this good guy. Bringing out my little unboxing knife here, and let's see what we have. Opening up the first main box there, we get presented with a sleeve. That's always nice because the last monitor I bought I had managed to break. Then we have the main box, neatly wrapped up there, coming out like this. And it says Asus ZenScreen Duo Oled portable monitor, but that is pretty much it from that box. Let's start off with the accessories box and see what it includes. Does this come with a charger actually? This charger is a 30-watt charger. So quite a slim 30-watt charger. A nice little thing to get, but this is also an extremely expensive monitor. So it's good that it comes with some accessories like the case and the charger. And then we have the plugs for UK. We have plug for, what is this? And this is a stand holder for regular camera stand mount. I'm not entirely sure how to use this one. It's something that I am new to, so let's try this out when trying the device. And then we have my plug of choice, the EU plug. But I sincerely hope we don't have to use the charger, that it is more of an option. Before we dig into the main packaging here, let's just have a quick look at the case also. Kind of a thick case, which is probably good for protection's sake, but at the same time it will consume quite a bit of space. But yeah, I mean it opens up very widely, which means it will be simple to put the screen in there. It has an extra pocket there. So it's a neat case for sure. It also demonstrates the size of the monitor, which we will now move over to. Opening this up like that, it kind of folds up the monitor in a very nice way. That's such a nice unboxing experience. Opening this up, look at it from the side here. You open it up and it folds up the monitor the more you open up the box like that. I'm a fan of an unboxing experience like this. Let's take out the main device here, and there we have it. Honestly, it looks so much like a laptop. I've never seen a mobile monitor look this much like a laptop. And the way that the logo is printed here also, like comparing to the Asus laptops, is just a super similar device. Except the main unit there, we have some instruction manuals and warranty cards. And we can open up this little part here, and here we have a felt lined USB-C to USB-C cable. We have another felt lined USB-C to USB-C cable and a felt lined mini HDMI to regular HDMI cable. I hope we only need one of those USB cables, and that is it for what is in the box. On the left hand side here we have a MagSafe connector, which is quite a nice detail to see on a monitor like this. And I haven't seen it in many other mobile monitors before. On the right side here we have a lot of stuff going on. We have the first USB-C connector, second USB-C connector, third USB-C connector, mini HDMI. We have a button, a volume control, or rather a menu control, I would guess, and another button right there. Placing the device down and then opening it up, let's see how it looks at first glance. There we have it, and let's remove this little bit also. It looks nice, and it's glossy, so that's a difference to other monitors that I have been using. And as you know, if you check this device out, it also comes with a stand like this, which is also different to the JSAW one. So I feel like this will be a more streamlined experience when the stand just folds out of the main device like that. One of the big pros of this type of device is that both of the monitors fold in to the inside and they are quite protected in there. That kind of means that adding a case, the size and weight of a case, is not as important, but I feel like it's still a nice thing that it is there, especially if you are going for more long-term traveling and want this monitor to be properly protected in your bag. The maximum angle you can put the stand at is this, but then this part of the monitor actually folds back over so that you can use it in tent mode if you want. And I think then the stand becomes a little bit obsolete because the monitor can support itself like this. You can put it up into an angle like that if you want to showcase different things to different parts of a table, for example, on different sides of a table. Quite a neat type of setup to have that opportunity, and this is also not available in the JSAW, so an interesting thing to try and see if it's a gimmick or something that I will be using. The USB-C cable feels very nice in quality, and this is something I generally appreciate, getting high quality accessories. I will now plug it in and plug it to my MacBook Pro and see what my first impression is of the monitor. One of these are only for power and the other two are for DisplayPort. And I guess you can either plug one or two, but this is my assumption. I will try now. My hope and assumption is that the monitor would start by itself, only using the MacBook Pro. Right now it doesn't seem to start, so let's see. Do I need to press a button potentially for it to start? That seemed plausible because the button lit up when I pressed it. We now got monitor signal into one of the monitors. And then let's see, because in the JSAW monitors you need to press a button to get it to duplicate over to both of the monitors. I have plugged both of the USB-C cables in. At first it said no signal, but then it is for sure loading up both of the monitors. And now I'm interested to see if they work as individual monitors or what kind of a setup this is connected as. Yes, they are. Okay, so let's arrange them in the way that they are currently. Something like this. Yes, okay. If I press this here, what modes do I have available? Extend mode I'm in now. And in this case, what is independent mode? USB-C and USB-C 2. Okay, now we get an explanation for the modes here. It says independent mode. In this mode, the dual screens support different signal inputs, providing various connectivity options such as USB-C 1, USB-C 2. So that is the monitors running as individual monitors. Split mode. The external display can be treated as a single screen, so you have one window across the two screens. That's what I was looking for originally. Extend mode. The external display can be treated as separate screens, so you have different windows opened, and then is a proper mirror mode. So okay, let's try split mode in this case, because I think that's what I want to be able to do with only one cable. And now it's only running off of the USB-C 2. Okay, cool. So that was the thing apparently, and now let's set up the arrangement here. So okay, cool. Now finally I figured this out. So now we have one cable running the monitor as one external, which means if I full screen something, it will cover both of the screens like that. But I don't need to full screen the things, I can just put them at one display at a time. And then I also want to make sure I have a slightly different scaling here just to be able to fit more stuff. Probably that is a relevant scaling in this case. I still like the quality of this. The color reproduction seems super nice, to be honest. But let's just try and turn the brightness up and see how bright it can go when it's connected to the USB-C like it is now. Because on the JSON monitors, this was one of the weaknesses, one of the clear weaknesses. Power saving. Would you like to remain in power saving? No, I would not. And then I can adjust. Okay, that is the max brightness. That's probably the nicest type of backlight that I have seen in any mobile monitor. And just also the fact that the screen sizes are so similar, although the resolution is lower here. This is a 1920 by 1200 resolution, but it's still very nice, like overall looking. Okay, I'm kind of excited to start to use this monitor and see how it does for all my use cases. Today has been my first proper use of the ZenScreen monitor, together with this work setup that I brought home to take the last meetings and the last little tasks of the day at home. It's working really well. I think the similar size between the screens make a very useful workflow, possible in a very good way. The brightness and colors of the ZenScreen is just very, very good. So it feels like a very good working tool right now. It's also very compact, and I feel like it has a lot of different settings, allowing for using it in different ways that I might not be used to using this type of device before. So excited to keep using this. I will probably be bringing it on a trip next week and test it out further at that point.